Yeah.
So, could you go into more detail about what the difference is between the 11th grade electronics and the 12th grade networking?
Well, the 11th grade electronics takes you literally from understanding what binary bits are, zeros and ones, all the way up to actually programming small microcontrollers, which are what run a cell phone or a small gadget. So they actually do some programming on a small device and build some circuits that count numbers and play music. And so that's really applied to circuits and also the logic, and it actually is highly mathematical in binary sense, logical sense. And the senior elective, which is one of 3 choices that they take in engineering, is an elective which is half networking, which is a curriculum that's sprung up in the last 10 years where kids learn how to program the machines that essentially run the internet. Not the machines that you and I use, the stuff we don't see that route all the information around. That's half. And then the other half is programming in a language called Flash, which is really popular for flashing ads at you, literally, or
The
running.
one that's not on your iPad.
And my iPad will not run Flash. So who knows? I don't know how long we'll be doing Flash, and maybe we'll switch to HTML5, but that's the current course, and I'm still a great and wonderful class. You know, we could be teaching them BASIC from 1984, and it could be a wonderful lesson. So it's more the form, not the specifics.
And you don't offer anything that would allow kids to take the AP computer programming?
AP Computer Science, I think the current language, I believe it is still Java, and we don't teach Java. It has changed. It was C++, and it is Java, and I'm sure it will become something in another year or 2. They'll figure something else out. We do not prepare them for that.
I will tell you, some of the other high schools in New York City that are offering the AP Comp Sci, they've had a lot of problems with it, and most of the principals are not very happy with the AP Comp Sci class and the exam.
It seems like the sort of thing that should change more frequently than it probably does if you're getting an AP exam.
No, because on that level, on an introductory level, on an introductory course, it wouldn't have to change as much as the industry standard or as fast as the industry standard.
Because whatever they learn will become obsolete by the time they're doing it out of college anyway.
Yeah.
So the truth of the matter is, one of the things we did with the freshman drafting course, the first year we ran it strictly manual. There was no CAD because we wanted them to have that skill set. And we said, all right, maybe that wasn't, maybe we were, we needed more balance. So there is still some hand drawing and hand rendering in the freshman course. If you want to do a computer language course, you kind of have to understand some of the underlying pieces. You have to understand some of the underlying programs. Windows has gotten away from a DOS shell, but for years, the underlying program in the background of Windows was DOS. And if you knew all the DOS prompts, you could recover your hard drive when it crashed. I was very unhappy when they got away from that because I can't recover my hard drive anymore when it crashes. But if you knew, so to learn something like an older programming language, if you want to run Java, you have to know how those applets really work. And sometimes you need to understand an older language to know how the applets work. So I would say that a comp sci class, an entry level, an AP course, probably could stay somewhat static for a decent amount of time. It's not only the course, it's not only the instructor, it's also the exam itself is apparently a major problem.
Okay.
So.
Yes, sir.
I have a question. We got the Mount Sinai 15 to 16 students. We got the math team, 22 to 25 students. You should mention this is the non-elective choice. So if you didn't make it anywhere else, you got no other choice. But to fall into this last concentration, which is engineering, quote unquote, because you're not teaching engineering. It's a garden variety.
Not what a college calls engineering, right?
Right. So how, you mentioned the word broad. How broad is the course with the concentration, this concentration?
As broad as a specialized high school will allow. How's that for an answer? I mean, they do learn, they will build, create, analyze things that most high school students, certainly few high school students at a more general high school would do, comparable to a level that any of the many. We belong to an National Association of Specialized High Schools all over the country, and it's comparable to a level that lots of other high schools are doing for